Hey everyone, White Cheddar here. Today I'm going to show you how to obtain and craft the Fallen Hope in the First Descendants. This gun is super good for any poison build, and it's very good for the Descendant Freyna. As you see here, I'm using her in this part of the video. I'll break down everything you need to know how to get your hands on it, so let's dive right in. The Final Hope's unique ability is on hitting a poisoned enemy, increase firearm attack, and apply this buff to the attack. On defeating a poisoned enemy, the defeated enemy will trigger an explosion with a certain chance, inflicting additional poison damage to nearby enemies, inflicting poison on enemies damaged by this explosion. So essentially, this gun works just like the Thunder Cage, which is a gun you get very early in the game. It makes enemies explode with lightning, but this one is for poison. So you can see here, the buff on hitting a poisoned enemy is firearm attack plus 10%. And then the explosion, trigger rate 30%, damage range 4 meters, additional damage is 55%. Also, getting multiple copies of this weapon will increase its trigger chance to 100% at max. So causing poison explosions all the time, it'll be extremely useful to grind it all out to get the full potential out of this weapon. Alright, so to craft this weapon, what's really nice is that all of these pieces are obtainable by doing missions. And we're going to go over each mission. I'll show you what they look like, what to expect jumping into them. And ideally, you're going to want 5 of each of every single one of these if you haven't had a crafted one to fully upgrade its unique ability. So you're going to be grinding quite a lot. As you see, I got 4, 1, 0, 0. I just crafted one, so I still need 4 of these, 4 of these, 3 of these, and I'm all good on this, but we'll still check it out. So we'll go here, acquisition it. We can see we need to go get this part. You'll unlock this mission around weapon level 54. I know it says monster level, but I found the weapons are typically dropping at the level of the monsters. This one is showing the weapon level 51s as a drop chance, but I always found that my weapons at the time were a higher level. And to get here, you just need to progress the story. Complete all your little patrols as you go into the areas. But once you get to White Knight Gulch, you will make your way here into this zone. Alright, here's the first one to do. This is one of the dominate the systems, eliminate the enemy commanders. As long as you're sitting in the zone, it'll slowly progress and you just have to kill all of the enemies in the zone to complete the mission. There'll be a handful of bosses that spawn on you as time goes on and as you kill enemies. And I would honestly say, if you could bring a friend to these, you might as well. If you got another friend who's trying to get the Fallen Hope, or maybe you introduce it to him and show him that he needs this weapon. I definitely recommend somebody to be with you. Just speeds the whole process up altogether. Alright, once this guy shows up, you know you've gotten to the end. All you need to do is kill this man, and you will have a chance to get your part. Let's take a look. Did we get lucky? We certainly did. There it is. Here's the map, the mountaintops. Very bottom here. It's a bit of a walk. You can either take your time or do what I did, where I took the little bridge. But alright, let's go check out the next piece. So the next piece is a Fallen Hope synthetic fiber. This one is obtained from White Knight Gulch, the Eye of Truth mission. So it is right here, same place, the mountaintops is over here, where we are currently, and we want to go over to here to the Eye of Truth. Alright, once you're here, let's head up and start heading to the point. All right, here it is. Monster levels are 60 here, so it's going to be a little harder, 10 minutes or less. It's called the Eye of Truth. Here we go. This mission can certainly take a minute. I would say it's not the most annoying one out of the group, but it's definitely the second. In my opinion, this one is not as bad as a couple of the other missions, or the one other mission you have to do for the code. But anyways, I will see you guys in a minute. Once you get done killing the first set of ads, you'll reach a point where you've got to just stand in the circle and occupy it. This part obviously would be much faster if you had a full party or even one other person so that multiple people could stand in the zone together. Freno works pretty good here because you can kind of zone yourself out with her poison puddle and her other blasts. Alright, once you're done, you gotta head up here. And it's more of the same. This poison injector will spawn one big guy, kill him, and then you can destroy the poison injector. Just like that. And you got a gaggle of a lot of people to kill. So, gotta kill more people. After killing like what feels like 100 enemies, you come over here, you grapple up this, hopefully on the first try, and you have to kill the boss. And once you kill the boss, you'll be done. Alright, we got him. Took 1 L there. And didn't get the loot, but that's okay. Better luck next time. But when you defeat the boss, that's when you will get your item. Potentially. It's 20% chance. That 20% feels like a 1% sometimes. Just keep doing it. Grind it out. It's one of the few weapons in the game that can be grinded through just doing missions. I would do this mission and all of these missions in a public lobby, because there's probably more players just like you trying to either farm the mission or players just hitting this point trying to finish the mission. You guys can help each other out to make this grind quicker, because by yourself, as you saw, it definitely takes what it says, about 10 minutes. Alright, for the next piece we got the Fallen Hope Nano Tube. It is going to be here at the Battlefield Altar. We are still on White Knight Gulch. We're looking at this top area here, and there is a fast travel at this top spot. Alright, here we are. Alright, here's the mission Altar. It takes 5 minutes or less. Monster levels are 62. There's our Nano Tube. We just need to finish it. This mission is not hard at all. One of the tips I recommend for these kinds of missions is to, if you can, stand really close to the place you gotta bank the modules and just hang out here till they all come towards you, unless they're shooting from a distance like that. But it certainly helps. Yeah, see, boom, now I don't have to carry this 20 miles. Occasionally, one of these big boys will spawn, and if you let him get too close, he will start sapping away your progress, and that is no good. Alright, here's the last one. Let's see. Did not get that one that time. But as you saw, this mission's not too bad. You're kind of in the hands of RNG. That took 2 minutes there. But there will be times where maybe it'll only drop the little 1 arrows. Or maybe it'll just take a lot longer because nothing's dropping it. Or you'll just get lucky and get a bunch of 3s. I've had this mission go by in 50 seconds because I had all the enemies drop 3 arrows. Alright, now that we're done with that one, the next one is the Fallen Hope Blueprint. Here, once again, White Knight Gulch. See, it's the place for the weapon, and this will be in the hatchery area. I highly recommend this checkpoint, because running from all the way over here, not fun. You gotta navigate through all sorts of stuff. Here is not close enough either. Obviously, this one's right next to it. Alright, here we are. I reloaded in public, so in case there's anybody else doing this mission, they can join me. Alright, here's the mission. Lower hatchery. I'm in a public one, but this mission, monster levels are 64. It takes 15 minutes. It feels longer, but I don't think it's completely longer. We have a couple players already in the middle of it, so we're going to jump right in with them. Alright, after you kill a horde of enemies in the first area, you come up to this button, press it, and it makes this thing invulnerable. Or, not invulnerable, vulnerable. Alright, once you're done with that, it'll tell you to come over here, and this will be another plate that you gotta stand on. This is why I don't think this mission takes 15 minutes, but it is definitely padded by this section here. I recommend bringing some type of range so you can kill these guys quicker. Now that you've completed the plate, you keep heading this way, kill a couple of ads, and then the boss will spawn. And the boss will spawn right here. Doesn't spawn right away after you kill all the enemies, just wait a second. So see, we're all just standing around waiting. And there it is. Not that it's very hard to kill, especially with a posse like this. And we didn't get it. We were 1 for 4 today. And it's funny, the one piece I got was the one piece I was already completely maxed on. But that's all the areas you need to craft the Fallen Hope. Alright, once you have all the pieces, you will head over to the research lab and you'll make your gun. I currently don't have all the pieces for another one, but it'll be at the very top once you have all the pieces. Here it is here. But it'll come up top and it'll be 100,000 gold per one you make. You can only make one at a time, so if you wanted to, you could grind out one piece each time and then get them cooking. They take 4 hours to craft, not very long, and it's available at rank 1 mastery. So this is available right off the rip, but to unlock it you need to progress through the story. Your mastery rank's going to be higher than 1 by the time you get there. I recommend for any of these missions to definitely bring some heavy ad clear to try to speed up the time. A bunny, a Volby, even Freya wasn't doing bad, but if you could also get together with some friends, that in my opinion would be the best way to get through all these missions the fastest, save you the most time. Alright, so once you get your Final Hope crafted, you're going to want to level it up. When you get done crafting any new weapon from the research lab, it comes at a base level of 1. Get the highest level weapon you currently have and take it to the weapon workbench. Once there, you want to do a weapon level transmission. You'll click that and you'll scroll down here to your Final Hope, wherever it is. Click that and then select any one of your highest level weapons. Currently, mine are all 100, so I'm not going to fret on which one I choose. I'm just going to choose this one. Once you select your weapon, you're going to need a precision phase exchanger, and these can be crafted at the research lady. They only take 10 minutes to do. Very quick, very easy. They require liquid metal, which can be obtained from dismantling weapons that you aren't currently using. Liquid metal is used to craft all of these kind of components to upgrade weapons and reactors. So ideally, I usually get one going every time I use one. So I'm going to use this one. I know it says I have 22, but I'm probably still going to go get one pumping out, even though gold is a little sparse for me. When it comes to leveling up your weapon through enhancement, it requires nothing as long as you already have a phase exchanger. So you see the fire attack is going to go up, the DPS is going to go up. And then we'll just weapon level transmission. Boom, Final Hope is now level 100. And now that you have your level 100 weapon, or whatever level you want it to be, you want to go check out weapon readjustment. I don't recommend doing this super early, but if there's like a big level jump, I would do it at least once, maybe twice until you hit level 100, just so that your gun's DPS will come up to par. For instance, see the toxic attack says 6. But compared to like my Thunder Cage, I have a toxic attack 1212. And that was because I re-rolled the adjustment one time. Well, this one's been a couple times to bring its substats up to the level that I currently am. So I'm going to do that. We're going to click this. All these are bad, really bad rolls. As you see, they're not even in the range for a level 100 weapon. Ideally, you're looking for a firearm attack, which can roll with any of these elemental attacks. And I really like on my weapons firearm crit rate and firearm crit damage. That seems to be really ideal for any kind of weapon. Those are like the things you want. But if you're looking for something that's going to be really dominant against specific races, you can do that. Weapon change speed, I'd avoid that. Hip fire accuracy, I don't think that's big of a deal. Recoil, just control the recoil. Magazine, rounds per magazine is really good. Especially if you want a way deeper mags, you don't have to reload on a weapon that has really low reload speed. But other than that, we're really looking fire rate, damage, element, firearm attack. Weak point damage is good too. Well, let's take a look. See what we get. Weapon change speed. Attribute status effect on trigger is a pretty good one. That means this chill attack I got on here, but trigger more often. You know, I like this effect on trigger. The rest of this stuff, just because it's ultimate tier, doesn't mean it's the best. This is blue tier, so I'm really looking for something better. So what's nice is you can actually lock these, but it's going to cost you more of these fine adjustment control axes. Just like the precision phase exchangers, you can also craft these with the liquid metal over at the research station. And the more things you lock up, the more it requires. See, if I wanted to save 3 of these, 20. I currently only have 58. I only recently started crafting a bunch, and gold has, like I said, been a bit of an issue. But we're gonna save that. Let's readjust it real quick. And nothing good again. I'm gonna do it again. Alright, sure, whatever. This will be fine for now. I got electric attack. It's pretty good. I like electric. I think a lot of people like chill because it can freeze enemies while you're shooting them, and that's pretty rad. Alright guys, so let's go over some of the modules I think would be really good for this weapon. Mine is not upgraded yet in terms of capacity. I'm working on it. I think I will be using this quite a bit. But some of the mods I really like for it are better insight for firearm critical hit rate, 26%, and then better concentration, firearm critical hit damage. These two together, obviously critical hit rate, you hit it, you also get crazy damage out of it. Get those kills, get those poison explosions, and cut down on the time. And rifle reinforcement, just get more damage. You need the damage. A module you really need for this weapon is Toxic Enchantment. It adds toxic attack equal to your firearms attack. So the more you upgrade this mod, the more toxic will be applied. And then when they actually get toxic, they can have a chance to explode. So yeah, that's the final hope. Let me know what you guys think of this weapon. I've got to go grind a whole bunch more so I can level up that unique abilities to make it even better. At baseline, I think it's alright. Would I use it over to the Thunder Cage? Probably not, unless I'm using Freyna. Until I get it fully maxed out, I won't know for sure. But right now, Thunder Cage is still my favorite weapon in the game. But in terms of some poison damage, which could be really useful on big bosses and ad clear, this gun looks nice and it feels nice to use. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please leave a like, subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks.